Woodworking today is not just about cutting, shaping, and assembling pieces of timber into something functional. It has become a lifestyle movement and a thriving creative economy where sustainability, artistry, and income potential blend together into a practice that feels both timeless and urgently relevant to our modern world. And nowhere is this more evident than in the new wave of hacks, methods, and perspectives that are allowing both beginners and serious craftsmen to revolutionize their woodworking journeys. Because when you start to think differently about the material already at your fingertips, even the smallest shift in approach can unlock possibilities that are both profitable and deeply meaningful. Hello there, dear viewers. Welcome back to another inspiring content of decor ideas. Get ready for an exciting woodworking and decor project that will transform your space. Today we will talk about woodworking hacks ideas every serious craftsman must know in this year by showing you random woodcrafts. So, watch the video until the end to see these beautiful ideas and get inspiration. At the heart of this revolution is a change in mindset, a recognition that woodworking need not be confined to expensive tools, exotic hardwoods, or complex joinery that takes years of apprenticeship to master. Instead, today's craftsmen are discovering that the true power lies in embracing creative techniques that enhance efficiency while maintaining a commitment to sustainability and authenticity. And this is where woodworking hacks become more than just shortcuts. They become bridges between tradition and innovation, empowering makers to honor the past while forging new paths for the future. By reframing woodworking as a dialogue between resourcefulness and artistry, modern hacks encourage the craftsman to see potential in what others overlook, to recognize value in reclaimed offcuts, to experiment with finishes and textures that highlight imperfections instead of concealing them, and to streamline processes in ways that free up more time for imagination without sacrificing quality. All of which turns a single project into a story worth sharing and a product worth selling. Sustainability has become a key driver of this transformation, not as a buzzword, but as a necessity, because the modern consumer increasingly values pieces that tell a story of responsibility, care, and connection to nature. And woodworking hacks that encourage the reuse of materials, reduction of waste, and eco-friendly finishing techniques not only preserve the integrity of the craft, but also resonate with a market hungry for authenticity, meaning, and ethical choices. This fusion of environmental awareness with technical innovation is precisely what makes woodworking so exciting right now, as craftsmen realize they can build with conscience without compromising on beauty or function. And in fact, the limitations imposed by sustainable practices often spark new forms of creativity, leading to designs that feel fresher and more personal than mass-produced alternatives. At the same time, artistry remains central to the conversation, because woodworking at its best has always been about more than utility. It is about evoking emotion, creating spaces that feel lived in and loved, and giving form to objects that carry both beauty and presence. And the new hacks being shared among serious craftsmen this year focus not just on technical ease, but on elevating the aesthetic experience of wood itself. From highlighting the natural grain with simple oil finishes to shaping organic forms that celebrate the uniqueness of each piece of timber. This approach shifts the focus from perfection to character, encouraging woodworkers to embrace irregularities as part of the story and to see in every knot or curve an opportunity for design rather than an obstacle, which is liberating for the maker and captivating for the buyer. Income potential is the natural byproduct of this blend of sustainability and artistry, because when your work is both environmentally conscious and visually striking, it speaks to a growing demographic of buyers who want to invest in handmade goods that align with their values while also enriching their homes, and woodworking hacks that streamline production, lower material costs, and maximize the appeal of finished products are enabling more craftsmen to turn passion into livelihood. Dear viewers, you're enjoying today's video. If you love decor and crafting, we post furniture, decor, and craft ideas videos on a daily basis. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to never miss these inspirational furniture, decor, and craft ideas. Smash the notification bell so that you will be notified when we upload new videos. Also, don't forget to like and share this video, as your likes and shares enable us grow our channel and give you more content in return. Let's spread creativity and inspire more people to build beautiful spaces with their hands. By focusing on efficiency without losing the soul of the work, these hacks open doors for small woodworking businesses to thrive, whether through local craft markets, online platforms, or commission-based projects. And they help artisans avoid burnout by teaching smarter ways to work rather than simply harder. What makes this movement revolutionary is not just the practical tools and tricks themselves, but the cultural shift they represent. Because woodworking is evolving away from being perceived as an exclusive or inaccessible skill toward becoming a more inclusive and adaptable craft where anyone, armed with creativity and curiosity, can participate meaningfully. The invitation to think differently about the material at hand is both literal and metaphorical. It encourages woodworkers to reconsider the possibilities of every plank, every offcut, and every salvaged piece of timber, and it reminds us that the value of craft is not in its conformity, but in its individuality. In the ways it allows us to connect more deeply to the material world while also carving out spaces of personal pride and community connection. The serious craftsmen of today are not only keepers of tradition, but also pioneers of innovation, blending old wisdom with new perspectives to create a woodworking practice that is both sustainable and financially rewarding, and the hacks they adopt, from clever assembly techniques to resourceful finishing ideas, are more than tricks. They are philosophies that reshape the way we understand making itself. In this sense, revolutionizing your woodworking this year is not about throwing out the old in favor of the new, but about weaving them together into a practice that feels relevant, fulfilling, and resilient in the face of modern challenges. And as more woodworkers embrace this holistic vision of the craft, they not only transform their own skills and businesses, but also contribute to a cultural shift that values sustainability, artistry, and economic creativity as inseparable facets of the same journey. What emerges is a woodworking landscape where fear is replaced by confidence, scarcity by abundance, and limitation by possibility. A space where even the most serious craftsmen can find joy in experimenting, learning, and sharing, while also making a living that feels aligned with both their personal passion and the wider needs of the world. And so, the invitation stands open to every maker to step into this year not with hesitation but with excitement, to see every piece of wood as a canvas of potential, and to recognize that with the right hacks, the right mindset, and the right balance of sustainability, artistry, and entrepreneurial spirit, you have the ability to not only revolutionize your woodworking, but also shape a future in which craft itself becomes a force for meaning, beauty, and connection that endures well beyond the project at hand. Well, dear viewers, there you have them. Our hand-picked random woodcrafts. Which ones did you like? What did you like about them? Share us your thoughts in the comments section. If you do, please consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already, and also smash that notification bell so that you will be the first one to be notified when we upload new videos. It takes a lot of time and effort to make these videos. Your subscriptions, likes, and shares are what inspire us to create more content. Therefore, please consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. And finally, thank you for watching until the end. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, stay safe and stay blessed.